Hello and welcome to Dice and Dudes, and welcome to Wednesday. On Wednesdays, we play Dungeons and Dragons. Get ready for a few changes and adjustments that we're going to be making to Dungeons and Dragons, especially with shortening our intros. So we're not going to be doing any sponsor things, anything like that. We are simply going to ask you at the top of each of our videos that if you do like the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video telling us just how amazing we are. We already know how amazing we are, but we want you to tell us how amazing we are. It helps with the almighty algorithm and helps us spread a little bit better. So definitely do that for us. If you are watching us on Twitch, we really hope that you'll give us a follow. And if you have your free Twitch Prime subscription, go ahead and throw that our way. We really appreciate that. If you really like the content, then hey, go ahead and subscribe with a paid subscription. We really appreciate it, but only if you feel like we're worthy of the $5 a month. We definitely don't want to try to pander or beg you for your money. So, but if I've been told by YouTube if I don't do this stuff at the beginning of the video as opposed to the end of the video, it doesn't help. So we're doing it at the beginning of the video now. But that is going to go ahead and do it. Next week, we are going to try to see if we can get D&D to you guys on Wednesday. It's been kind of tough lately with everybody's schedules kind of up in the air, but we're going to do our best to get back on a regular schedule again. We want to bring you guys some type of Dungeons and Dragons content every Wednesday. I think that's going to go ahead and do it for our announcements tonight. Just be ready for more Kingdom Death Monster this coming Sunday. So tune in then. But that's going to go ahead and do it. We are getting a late start, so we're going to jump right in tonight. When we come back, we're going to be starting episode number 56 of the Guns of Erroll. We'll be right back. Sorry, that took a second, but I wanted to make a couple of quick adjustments. So, the last time, in episode 55, the Defiant Few had actually had themselves a few conversations lamenting the death of their friend and talked about their plans on how they were going to tackle what was happening directly around them. Coming up with a plot to save the Kaisiana heiress, an old friend of theirs from Kieg's Fall. They had all come together, set up an ambush, and with the help of Risa, had not only saved Eris, but had led the remaining threats within the Lizardman clan into an ambush and very, very quickly dispatched them. After savoring in their victory and heading back with both Risa and Eris in tow to Phaenis' strange property, they had heard voices emanating from inside. Venus was having a conversation with Imavar, and Imavar was very much interrogating his lady love of what was happening within the village on stilts. Having interrupted the conversation, Risa has knocked on the door. Imavar has answered it and asked Risa to step aside. Standing now in front of the group is the rather short, only slightly taller than Bian, older, bald man with dozens of scars littering his face, his bald head, and his neck.
Imavar! Long time no see.
I don't believe I've ever had the displeasure to lay eyes upon each of you.
Yes, it has been a long time. You probably wouldn't remember.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
Sometimes I don't look like this, but that's neither here nor there. Shall we come in and talk?
No. See, I believe you all have ill intent. And I wouldn't want my beautiful lady love's abode to be damaged by, well, your struggles.
Well, we come here under a flag of peace. A truce. Parley.
Would a half-hour walk change your mood to violence as opposed to peace?
As in you walk with us?
No.
Do you want the violence?
He's asking if we're going to get violent walking towards the other mercenaries.
Oh, not the other mercenaries, but a place we could have ourselves a talk.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Would you like to accompany us on a walk?
I do not trust you, so no. But don't worry, I will be in attendance to this meeting. I simply ask that you all turn and walk away after I point out on your crudely drawn map of where we will meet.
Case. That seems to be a rather peaceful conclusion to this discussion.
You going to go get some friends before you meet us?
I have no friends on this island. Besides, well, Risa is in a bit of trouble. But I would ask that you make sure she is attendance. Venus is not one for the outdoors, so she will be staying home.
Gonna stay with my mom, you know.
No, you will accompany them,
Okay, sir.
young lady.
Yes, sir.
Well, then perhaps we can meet there and find some common ground of friendship.
Venus steps up and, my love, would the wounded child be able to stay? And he looks over and sees you are still carrying Eris. I will oblige that. Come, big man, you may step in. Walk in, put her on the couch, and he allows you to walk back out. I will see you momentarily. Please, let me see your map.
I was like, you could just give it to us.
Like, Kyle, are we horrible people now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dare you?
I'll remember that next time.
Doesn't love us anymore, Joe.
Did you imply that you two are worthy of love?
Oh,
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry, I'm
The
not
small
thinking of
X.
vicious mockery.
how dare
Is there
you?
a treasure there?
You will follow the wagon's trail out, and you will find two large trees that seem to be misplaced in an open field. Betwixt those trees lies an old resting place. I make my camp near there.
Then a half hour's time it will be. My hat.
He watches as you all leave.
Yeah.
Okay. He gives a long, lingering look at Risa as you all begin to head out of town. After a few moments, you hear the door very softly close.
At that point, I pass the map over to Risa and be like, the quickest way there, please. I'd like to scope it out.
You know this is a trap, right?
That's why I'd like to scope it out as quickly as possible.
Well, Fion's still flying around as an eagle. Never changed back.
Nope.
So she's looking at us.
In that case,
Oh, wow, right next to the pirate cave.
I
Gonna die.
No, not yet.
use sending. Hopefully, Fion is close enough.
Sending?
No, not sending. Message.
Message you can do it on the same plane, can't you? Or is that...
Well, there's a difference.
Sending you can do on any plane. But you just know that.
No, not sending. Message.
Message, they have to be within 100 feet.
Cantrip. I wave Fion down into 100 feet.
You've been watching the situation, so you can see the odd movement of them approaching Phaenix. They take Eris inside, and Gunnar exits the abode, and they begin walking away. So this is obviously kind of odd.
Where is that from here? I'm sorry, I don't have the
That
map.
was due.
Due east.
Due east. Then I use message to Fion. It was like, we're headed to the coast, the due east. Is that coast?
Oh, the pirate
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah, they came to a cave due east.
You say follow.
It's
Follow, but try and look ahead.
gonna follow anyways.
It's an old grave between two trees.
Once you get out of the village on stilts, the fog is much less dense on the rest of the island. It's like it collects in the bowl at the center and just kind of swirls around there. Once you get past that, it is fairly clear. It is the middle of the night. There are some stars out, but for the most part, the fog that enshrouds the majority of the island does prevent all but the brightest stars to wink through, as well as the moon. But finding this place is actually fairly easy. It is a 30-minute walk thereabouts for you all, if you all hustle quite a bit. For you, it's a couple of minutes of flying, and you very easily see it is the two largest trees, not mangrove trees, but these appear almost to be redwoods or some other offshoot. They are very, very thick, and they are very tall.
Anything
Go
there?
ahead and roll me a perception check.
I suppose. Ah, sweet. 21.
You can see there is a bit of a light rain that is beginning to fall in the night air. It doesn't seem like the storm is going to get too bad, but it helps to glint off what appears to be some kind of stone effigy that is lying between the two trees. From what you can tell, it almost looks like a bed. There is a small tent behind one of the trees that's relatively close to this effigy. There you can see the few faint wisps of smoke rising from an extinguished campfire. Campfire's probably been out for a few hours now, and it's just the warm coals beneath. But you don't see anything else. There is a fairly well-traveled path. This is off the main path. The path that from where the piers end off the swamp. There is a very well-traveled wagon path that goes straight to the mine. This is about 150, maybe 175 yards to the south of that. but there is a well-traveled path that looks like
How much cover between the mine directly and this?
there's,
campsite?
I mean, rolling hills. The hills kind of go up and up and up. There's quite a bit of cover. You can't see if you were walking along the trail. You can actually see the cave from your position. There's too many hills in the way, so they wouldn't be able to see down either. But there's no, besides the two trees, there's only very small shrubs.
I'll fly down and take a closer look at that stone bed effigy.
As you land and begin to look, it's beautifully carved and odd that it's here. It is in fact a stone facsimile of a bed, and resting upon it with their arms placed upon their chest is a beautiful woman with a stunning likeness. Long flowing hair flowing around her. She holds a single rose in her clutched hands made of stone. I mean, if you didn't have such great eyesight, if this was Fionn looking at this and not an eagle, you may have mistaken this for an actual person laying on this thing.
Looks familiar.
You want to roll me a history check?
Yeah. Didn't land and said, hey, wow, oh, wow. Suck it, Fionn knows shit. 17. 18 minus 1.
I was like,
Fionn knows.
like 17, that's an 18. What? Hey, you dumb.
You want to pull this up real
You're in the
quick?
airhead.
Well,
Yeah.
today
Especially now with an eagle.
Well, yeah, she is an airhead.
This effigy is very commonly referred to as tear. That is Tear. Tear like a tear down your face. Once said to be the lover of the goddess of war, Mir. She fell in battle, and these effigies are created and worshipped as shrines by followers of Mir.
I just spelled near.
MIA fell.
Thank you. It's a goddess of war, right?
Yes,
And
she is.
trickery.
Entropy?
But you don't know that.
Tease me with information.
It's not my fault you don't know anything about the gods.
I don't.
Not even a little bit.
So, are we almost there?
As you all are walking, are you all doing
What?
anything else?
this is a trap. I'm
Reese is
almost
with us,
certain.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So why are we walking into it?
Because it's the only way out that I can see.
Would he allow Risa to be here? Would he allow you to be here if it was a trap?
I didn't say that it was necessarily a bad trap.
Yes.
He's,
I mean, unless we're talking about Japanese boys, is there a good trap?
Oh my god.
Taiwanese.
Wow. Okay. No.
We could still
Not
walk.
Taiwan.
Content is not for children. It's not.
we forgot to mention that at the beginning.
Did forget to mention at the beginning. It's not for fucking kids.
Damn it.
Risa is going to be there, so it can't be too bad.
Would it be a trap if Risa's there?
You know,
She could still be restrained. As strong as she is, with enough people, she could still be restrained.
he did stab me before, dislocated shoulders, joints.
However,
But, he's not opposed to hurting me.
Well, is he opposed to killing you?
I don't know if it meant my mom is like all his. Maybe I don't
no,
know.
no.
If you died,
I think he
stop
just
it.
wants his post-nut clarity.
No,
and then we
that's
can...
not what it.
Oh, this is
Don't
disgusting.
listen to no.
Oh,
If he really cares about your mother the way he says, then you say he does.
Well,
He wouldn't want anything to
silent
happen
again.
to you in that regard.
Unless he wants her dead so she
You
can
had written
print
down
another
one.
statement.
No, I don't see
No,
that.
because
Someone
then
wasn't there.
Banus would know that he's the one who put her in that situation.
Roll, by the way?
Which it was
17?
21,
21? Okay.
the initial one. Yeah.
I think it's just going to be him. And I think we can still talk our way out of this, or at least to a good position.
This isn't the worst we've been in. Oh, close to the worst.
I definitely think that he views us as some people that he can easily take care of by himself. So he wouldn't try and ambush us with a bunch of people. Of course, maybe I'm about to find out how wrong I am. But
We just were in a fight too, so that's the other issue.
yeah. So we're not looking to.
I'm not feeling too hot.
Sick.
What's sick?
Sick.
Oh, are you thinking about what's going on right now?
Wait, stop bringing it up. I leave the house when that happens.
Oh,
Well, obviously that's why he asked you to leave.
don't bring
It's
it
about
up.
now is when your footsteps on the piers have slowly faded away, and you're now on solid ground for the first time in
Wow.
the last few days.
It feels good.
I like that. Like, dude.
Just ignore him with that.
I have. Give me a second.
Think about other things.
Yeah.
Don't bring it up.
Disgusting.
Which, you know what? Now that I'm not in the front of Imavar, I might spend an extra spell.
Wait, hold up. On what?
Well, might help in this negotiation if I know a little bit better about what's going on with this operation.
How so? How would you find out?
Well, I'd have to think a moment or two, which we do have some time before we get there. To think of a person. I have a few contacts. You know me.
Contacts for what?
Well, supposedly this place is run by Don Darius, right?
That's what everyone says.
That's what they always say.
It might be an advantage to know how true that is.
Would you know this person would know about this secret location? That's what I thought.
Well, that's what I'd have to think about. I'd have to think about a person who would know that secret location.
And what would that person think about you knowing about this location you're not supposed to know?
Well, he's used to me knowing things that I'm not supposed to know. Come on. It's what I do. So it wouldn't surprise him. He'd also know that I know how to keep a secret.
You should do that more.
Keep a secret?
No, like use that information you have with your past life.
Yeah, I know. I swear. I'm surprised I don't use it more often. You guys are giving me brain trauma.
Can I get brain trauma?
Not you.
Are these shrines common?
You really don't remember much from outside of here, you poor sheltered girl.
How many are
It
now?
was
Okay,
like
so real quick. So typically, this only devout followers of Mir actually worship at these. Most people tell an ancient story of a sleeping maiden who is kissed awake by her love, and they live happily ever after. But you, knowing the true history behind it, knows that only the devout of Mir, someone who is inextricably in Mir's like inner circle type deal, would know about this and worship this. Most people who worship Mir, it's simply the cross swords, it's weapons, it's tools of war, things like that. But this is Mir's true reason to fight.
True love.
It was her true love.
Mhm.
And it was a mortal that Mir had fallen in love with.
mere mortal.
You did it. This is your fault.
It's coming. No, I did. I did not. I named her Mir. He made the joke. And I
You
made her
set it
I
up.
named her Mir 3 years ago, so don't pin that on
Lack
me.
of knowledge
3
of the
years
law
ago.
is no excuse not to follow it. Moving on.
Yeah.
So,
What was the name of this island again?
Dear Nashal.
Dear Nashal. That's right.
Do you need me to send you the spelling?
No, I've got it up here. I just didn't realize that's what it was.
So we were at the. I'm gonna get brain damage.
You're not gonna get brain damage. As long as no one hits you in the head.
I've been hit the head a lot. What if I already have brain damage?
Then you wouldn't know
notice.
it, and you wouldn't have to worry about it.
I would like the four of you to go and roll me a survival check.
Ah, shoot.
Are you simply sticking around and looking at this thing?
I'll go
It's +4.
fly after them.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
So you only like kind of touch down and then you
That's
head
kind of
back.
quirky for you.
No.
You don't stick around too long.
Nah, I'll stick around. Let them find their own way.
I have to go with Jester.
6.
16.
23.
Oh, that is an 8.
So the two of you, as you're walking through and kind of looking at the map, you guys will see the kind of subtle but still fairly obvious footpath that leads from this wagon trail heading south.
That's
And I mean, with how dark it is, you can't really make out the trees from how far away you are.
There are times I wish I could see in the dark.
Oh,
Like, really see in the dark. You know?
yeah, I know how you feel.
Like, yeah. Like, I mean, everyone else here can.
Well, I can't. But there is a footpath here. Probably follow that.
But yeah, I know the footpaths there. I'm just commenting on the dark
Got
and
it.
how I want to see in the dark. I thought that was obvious. Sorry. I'm still really nervous. What if he has had enough of me? What if he kills me?
He's not gonna kill you. He loves your mother too much.
What if it's not enough?
It's enough.
He kills me.
He not gonna kill you. If he, like I said, if he loves your mother like he does, he will. Well, he wouldn't do anything to risk that love, especially since you mean the world to her.
This is true. Best damn daughter ever.
How old are you again?
An adult. Don't worry about that. Let's just move.
Barely an adult. Really an adult.
Barely an adult.
You know, you
No.
can't be too much younger than me. I'm much younger than I look.
I don't know. I've never met one of your kind before. So.
Oh, we're very nice kind of people.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Very smart. Amazing lovers.
Why
Yes.
would you
Yeah.
bring that up?
Humble, too.
I think he's just exaggerating a lot with some aspects of it.
That's something that us tieflings aren't very good at, exaggeration. No.
That I do believe.
Now I'm nauseous and confused.
Don't worry.
But I think I figured out who to talk to. I know of a guy who he may not know of everything, but he'd certainly want to know of this. And if he doesn't know of this, it would be interesting.
And it could cause a power struggle in the shipping guild.
It could. And if we were to meet our demise here, well, someone would inadvertently get revenge on us.
Not much comfort, to be honest. But
It's not, but I'm also thinking of the worst.
taking a get.
Exactly. Keep on walking. I'll follow you as I send this.
Do we need to like hold your hand?
Yes.
Hold his hand.
Don't
No.
worry, Gunner will.
No.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't work if he holds my hand.
So him.
No.
So
Only the newest person I've met.
as you think about your message
Sorry about that.
that you're going to send,
Okay.
you hear a voice. That is a astonishingly cute trick. And about 5 feet in front of you, you see nothing, and then a shimmering as Imavar is now standing in front of you. He
I
sweeps
don't know who it is.
the cloak he is wearing behind his back and gives you a nod.
Mm.
That is a powerful ability.
It is.
Wait, are you still?
She's at the shrine.
Where do
Oh.
you hail from?
Delic.
You are far from home.
I am.
I haven't seen one of your kinds in 30 years.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from a bit all over, but I was originally born in Meliodas.
Everyone here is far from home.
Ah, I've learned that home is where you make it. Please, have a seat. I'm going to start brewing some tea. His tea ceremony is odd. It's very ritualistic in nature. And he is about halfway through this ritual when you begin to hear the crunching of grass. The grass that you all are moving through, if you two were regular sized people, would be coming up to your waist. For you, it's about here. For you, it's a little higher. For you all, it's about mid thigh level to knee level. This is some pretty tall grass, and as you all are slowly making your way to the south, it is the sudden bloom of sparks and then a fire that gives you your pinpointed area of which to walk. Looking overhead, you don't no longer see Fionn circling.
How far away is it?
Probably a few hundred feet at this point.
Few minutes walk.
Yeah, like a minute or two.
Wait.
What were their names?
Oh,
Names.
do actually have it here. It's yeah. It's
Father,
Father.
son, daughter, and
daughter.
wife.
I
No,
thought you
kept
had
it easy.
everything in there.
I did.
I just love that you have the cheers inventory.
I keep everything. I'm a bit
Is
of
it
order.
behind the stuff? Maybe? No, like.
Oh no, I have it right here. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, you're
Okay, I'm not looking. Sorry.
Laura Caitlin. My wife. Son Saris. Almost a doll. He was 15. Adminor, 11, a little younger than him. We're about to do one of those, coming of age rituals my people have. Lealy. She's 9. And Zindi. She was 4 and she looked just like Cheer.
Good names.
Thank you. I still carry the picture with me. It's amazing that hasn't gone with what we've done hasn't been destroyed.
Maybe there's something to that.
Maybe. Sometimes it's just a coincidence with some of these things. Maybe there's something more, huh? I don't know.
Can't bring him back, but in case things go wrong, maybe you can die with a brother.
I like that.
Stick his hand out and kind of walk away.
Cal kind of grips the lantern a little closer and says, I hope I don't have to use you in this because I'd like to have a talk afterwards. And then let me send that
I was going to say.
message.
You don't
Yeah,
have to.
I will let you work out the message exactly what you want to say, and we'll deal with the message here in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Because I think this is a more pressing thing. And that'll give you some time to work out exactly what you want to send. We're not all as smart and quick-witted as adventurers, on the Serengeti.
That'd be nice.
apparently,
I'd
right?
love that.
20 intelligence, maybe.
I
Right?
know exactly what to
The
say.
cheer
As you all
intelligence.
continue to walk, you begin to smell burning wood and something else on the air.
Would I recognize it?
You do. You would smell the very familiar brew of chrysanthemum tea.
Chrysanthemum tea.
Why are you here?
It's the
Why are
occasion.
you here?
Oh, he
Kind
doesn't
of thing.
speak while he's doing the ritual. If
Yeah.
you ask him questions, he just continues to. It's very Japanese in nature with a lot of his movements. It's a lot of praying. It's a lot of the exact motions that he does. It seems like this is something that he does almost automatically without thought. Something that he's probably done this ritual 1,000 times.
Do I hear her say chrysanthemum tea?
Yeah.
Does that
Ring a bell?
ring a bell to anybody I've fought with?
Roll me a history check.
Cal's still holding your hand.
Oh, why is it history?
Oh, picturing something.
No.
What about me?
Come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because what was the tea that I were-
Then it wasn't chrysanthemum.
that was a,
I was hoping for something from my
that's a
background.
6.
And Cal, since he,
Sure.
he's been around the block a little.
Never asked.
Jenny Spencer.
19.
19. You've heard of it somewhere, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You're like, it's at the tip of your tongue, like, I know, but I can't quite.
This is worse than a beating.
Why you say that?
It's a lecture.
Is that what he does all the time?
Don't fall asleep. The pain is excruciating if you fall asleep.
Apply
What's
some
it
pain to
about?
yourself to keep yourself awake. It's what I do.
You hear the distant voices of your friends talking to each other as they slowly draw closer. And it's about then when you start looking over that he stands, approaches you, and hands you a wooden cup with very hot tea.
Thank you.
He gives you a bow and then goes back and begins preparing more cups.
When I'm within 100 feet, can I use message again?
By the time you all get to 100 feet, you all can see the firelight is illuminating this figure who is apparently going through some kind of ritual, and you can see Fionn sitting there now holding a cup of tea.
Can I recognize the ritual?
When you get a little closer, you'll be able to look into it a little more.
I would like.
Actually, that would be part of your role. So no.
Oh, okay.
I'd want to ask Fionn
So it wouldn't be.
if who's there and if there's anyone else. You can reply.
Only one man here?
Only one. Good. Good. Things are going.
Much better.
Yes, this is good. Let's not keep him waiting.
The grass has been cleared about 20 feet away from the trees in all directions, almost like a perfect circle. It doesn't seem to be focused on the trees. It seems to be focused on that effigy at its center. When you all approach and see that, I will allow the rest of you. You already know this, but the rest of you to go ahead and roll a religion check. Excuse me, if you like.
Can I go and sit down how he would normally have? Sit down. That thing, we're just.
That's 14.
14,
11.
11.
15.
15. It's vague. You know it's connected to Mir somehow, but you don't remember the story behind it.
Are you a devotee of Mir?
He looks up at you. Please, sit.
I'll sit down and take the tea.
As each of you sit down, she sits down very much in the same way that he does. It's sitting on your knees with your butt on the back of your feet, back straight, holding your tea. You hold your cup of tea with one hand, like it's a plate basically, and then hold the other. None of the cups have handles or anything like that, so it's just, but it is, if you like tea, it's really good tea. If you don't like tea, you definitely don't like this tea. It's the tea of teas,
Yeah.
It is very flowery of flavor. as he passes each one of you. He sits with all of you kind of on two sets of fallen logs that encircle the fire. He has the five of you line up in like a horseshoe, and then he comes to the other side of the fire, sits down, takes a sip of his tea, then looks over at you and says, "Yes, Mir is my patron goddess. She has taught me a great many things, and her teachings are a blessing. I would like you all to take this time to relax, take your ease, and prepare. If this does not go well, then I'm sorry to say that we will have to engage in violent actions once our time is done. But I will give you time to rest after your last encounter and let you catch your breath. So please, let us use this time to discover whether or not we can be friends or inevitably enemies. So please, tell me, who are you? And what brings you to this tiny island hidden in the mist?
Well,
He takes another drink.
Well, I mean, we're a small band of travelers who have taken some interest with some of the people that you may deal with. Not you, though, personally. But unfortunately, this small little island hidden in mist obviously isn't quite as hidden as one would wish it to be.
That depends on your position.
I mean, we are here. Though our main quarrel isn't here, sadly. But we can deal with that later. What we're mostly concerned about is you like the life you have here, correct?
No.
Oh, even better. I mean, not for you. I apologize. For us. We're looking to leave this place.
As you should. This is not a place for fine nor lucky folk.
Well, perhaps you would like to consider yourself lucky as well and leave with us.
Under what conditions?
Well, I mean, you would like Phanes and Risa probably to leave this island as well if you did.
If I didn't, they would be dead.
Exactly. So, that's part of it. The other part is you probably wouldn't like anyone who knows personally of you to stay alive. Perhaps that's here on the island?
Do I want to kill everyone? I'm
Not everyone.
not a violent man by nature, no. I am not. Do not seek death. Violence and death should only be sought when all other avenues have been treaded.
Well, maybe I should cut to the chase then, because you seem to be a very reasonable man. Our ultimate goal would be to see the Kaisia free here. But we're willing to negotiate, and
So you're willing to negotiate that they would stay slaves?
well, ultimately we're concerned with our own lives, so yes.
So as long as you get to live, you are fine with them staying shackled?
Sounds rather unfortunate, but yes.
Not sure we all feel like that.
I would have questions as to why you are here then. Simply leave.
Came to kill a man.
This is the perfect place to do so.
Evil, honorless cur. Killed my brother named Poffrey.
You would be lament to find quite a few men who deserve to die on this island, myself included.
There's only one death I was after.
This is a strange place to come.
That's where he was going. Leastwise, that's what we thought.
Well, so I am confused as to your negotiation with me. Obviously, you've heard of me, and you do not wish to challenge me in combat, so you seek to appeal to my better nature.
How do you feel about the Kaisiana?
I have been their jailer for close to 20 years.
Do you like being their jailer?
I am not here for that. I remain on this island for one thing, well, for two things, and only two things.
What are those?
Venus and Risa. If it wasn't for them, I would have left long ago. I was not meant to be what I am now, but I stay as I have no other choice.
And if you did have another choice?
Well, then I wouldn't really want to stay here now, would I?
Well,
How do we free them so you can take them with you?
they won't leave with it. Oh, them. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Well, the problem is, see, everyone on this island, including them, can be tracked with a spell. Both Wake and Scar know this spell.
Sounds like two men need dying.
If it was as simple matter as that, then I would have dispatched them already and simply walked out of here.
And
What else is complicating things?
that is
Well,
a pretty big complication.
The mine itself is a complication. If I were to eliminate the mercenaries, then what of the Kaisiana? I would have to force them to stay. They cannot leave.
You wouldn't have to force them to stay.
They seem amicable, from what we understand, to stay.
There's a great many of them that do not wish to stay here.
What exactly is down there? Is
Death, in word. Streak.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Can it be collapsed?
the mine itself. I mean, if it could, no power I hold or that we have on this island that I know of, unless you all have the capability to bring down that much earth.
How many Kaisiana would it be necessary to stay? Do you need them all?
If we were to simply try to hold them at the entrance, maybe 24.
Why do you keep digging?
It is not my choice.
Why do they keep digging?
That is between Scar and the man who pulls his strings.
You ever see that man?
I have not, no. I would have thought that 2 years ago, when we released the first of those creatures, that we would have paused at least, but no, the digging has remained.
Seems like he has not met Hoffrey.
I've heard the name.
Probably not the name Scar reports to, is it?
He does not tell me who he reports to. I've heard the name whispered between him and Wake.
So, if we could arrange 24 or so the Kaisiana to stay behind,
Would you help us?
and would the rest be willing, be okay to go free?
If you can promise me safe passage with my cargo,
Cargo.
yes,
Okay.
and her mother,
we have a place you can go to out of the way as well?
there's a great wide world I can go to where this place will be far from my thoughts.
We do have a boat off the coast.
I would assume, unless you are other strong swimmers, or you're riding on your friend's back when she is a giant bird.
That's
We have a
coming
way
on.
out for you.
Yes.
The issues remain numerous. The Kaisia Na, whether they stay behind or not, well, they will be massacred. Any reinforcements that are sent in will simply see them as insurgents and will destroy them, which will lead to the deaths of countless others.
That is an issue, which I possibly could help remedy. If this place was viewed by the powers outside of here as something that they don't want to be involved in, perhaps those reinforcements wouldn't come.
Well, I would still believe reinforcements would be sent. Perhaps the death could be assuaged. But I do not know who pulls these strings. If it is this Hoffrey,
He works for another man.
I happen to know of the least company who possibly.
Don Darius.
Yes, Don Darius. I'm familiar with Don Darius.
I do not believe that Don Darius would be as reckless as they are currently being.
I happen to agree, which points back to this Poffrey, again, who works supposedly under Don Darius, who possibly is working outside of their will, which would certainly make them mad.
So tell me, what is this plan you have? Obviously, you need my help with this, so what is it we would be doing?
Well, one, leaving the island, ultimately.
Well, I would like to know in order.
Mr. What's his name? Yes? No. Who's the lead? Prowler.
No.
No?
No, you're right.
Prowler.
Power.
He is more than willing to take charge of keeping the mine secure.
He is seen in high favor among the Kaisia now.
So, I'm pretty sure that I could get a head count from him of the number of those willing to take on the charge of securing the mine in the absence of leadership. The issue will then be dealing with those who are currently pulling the strings here.
So we would need to kill Scar and Wake and the others.
Yes, unfortunately.
And I assume you would wish my help in the matter.
Yes. You would not be alone.
You would be asking me to kill my fellow comrades, men I have known for years. Okay, let us breeze on past that part.
Okay.
So my question is after. We have won the day. We have destroyed the vile slavers and freed their ilk. We have now boarded the vessel and we are heading out to greener pastures. What then?
I would then begin to talk to Don Darius about the goings on here. And if necessary, apply pressure, because I'm sure
So we wouldn't have any of that beforehand.
I could certainly work on that now.
So
Apply pressure that to make sure that they would want to do things in a way that would be right with the governing powers and people and the large grand political scale.
okay.
Not so under the guise of mist that currently is going on.
And you would be able to, you're going to need weeks, months for this. You're going to have to get on your boat and head north, speak to the Don Darius, speak to all these people, set wheels in motion, then come back.
I could probably have a good answer within days' time, on whether or not things are going to go one way or the other.
So we'd be doing this when?
The whole thing going on? Well, we do need to get back on that boat within the next 2 days, I believe.
So 2 days we have to murder my comrades, free the Kaisiana, deal with any of the stragglers that hang about the cliff face that protect these waters from other incursions, fight off any reinforcements that Scar and Wake may call in, and then hope that Don Darius decides to
not quash a rebellion.
So we'd still have to fight 120, 130 soldiers after fighting the mercenaries on the island.
He's got a war galley
I would
that far
assume,
away.
I would assume that would be the first incursion.
The other option is to leave now and come back later. Really, Kaisiana?
If you wish to leave and you have transport for me in mind, I would gladly take you up on it.
Even though they can track you.
We're
I
going.
will be able to dispatch any assassins that come, but I will most likely need to kill Wake and Scar beforehand.
We can work on your behalf to possibly finding a way of removing that ability in the future.
I do still worry about the others, the other Kaisiana, the other slaves within the village of Stilts as well as the mine.
I agree. But given the two paths that I've laid forth, I don't see a path. Either we go on a killing spree of 150 men or not. Unless, I mean, I'm open to alternatives.
Taken. If you talk to your church, would they send people to protect these?
But I know.
I mean, your hardest church affiliation currently is Sister Rumati, who has quite a bit of pull, but
Jesus.
you're having troubles contacting her for some reason.
She's asleep.
Right now, my best bet about getting reinforcements here, she currently is not responsive.
Which we're going to have to follow up on that as soon as we leave here.
Now,
Once we get the
my question is, if we deal with the mercenaries, because I am quite good at what I do, but I do not believe that I will be able to dispatch Wake or Scar without them sending a distress message. And they will be reinforced. Whether too late is beside the point. The problem will be, how do we deal with that? Because I am quite adept at murder. But 120 men is a tall order.
Agreed.
Block the channel. Use the ballista towers.
We may be able to draw them in and use the ballistas to do some damage, but that is still far too many men.
how much TNT do you got?
Mining supplies.
We can't use explosives down there.
Not out here.
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the mine is Akiar. If we were to set off explosives there, the chain reaction would kill us all.
Is there enough stored ACR we could use it to blow the cliff down?
Akiar isn't as unstable as Akium, but if you had some, he looks at your firearms, you had some additional help, you could use that to aid.
So we wait till the galley's in the gap of the cliffs and drop it on.
We could definitely try that. You have this way to speak to Don Darius.
Yes.
I would like to know what they have to say before I make my decision.
All right.
Now, I have not eaten this evening yet, so I'm going to make myself some stew. I hope if any of you wish to partake, you're more than welcome to, but I am vegetarian. And he stands up. While you are here at my hearth, I will bring no harm to you. You have my word. And he moves up to the fire and pulls out a small pot, hangs it up over the fire, and begins to add ingredients and some water and stir.
Does it seem like he's being truthful?
Roll me an insight check.
He will not
23.
harm- He will not harm us
This
here.
guy really seems like he's on the level. And you get the sense that he is the real deal. This guy is dangerous. But he's not psychotic. He's not angry. He's
He's
very set. He's rigid. I mean, he's more like steel than iron because he can at least bend slightly. He's not quite brittle as iron is, but he is probably the straightest shooter you've talked to in a while.
How about if he's really looking to get out of this place?
It definitely seems like you get the sense that it is his love of Risa and Phaenus the only reason he is still here. You do get that rings true.
Which is kind of surprising from what they were saying.
Doesn't he? The entire time you speak to him, he showed no emotion, no facial features, no twitch. You'd hate to play him in poker. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys think about your next move. We're going to take a quick break so we can go to the bathroom. We can get ourselves some drinks. This is going to be a short one because we're going to be going late tonight. So give us here about 5-10 minutes and we'll be right back.
You say that, and I haven't even opened the screen.
We'll be back in a minute. For a minute. Yeah, okay. And we are back. Told you it would be a short one. So let's get right back into it. If unless prompted or asked questions, Imavar is going to take his time making his dinner.
If he allows it.
He very pointedly does not say anything to you, but as you hand him ingredients and stuff, he does add them in. But he makes it very apparent he is not speaking to you.
Is the shrine here? Do I see it?
You do?
Do I recognize
You do indeed. It is the bed. It is a stone bed with a woman laying upon it, as I described her. It is. You know it's connected to the mirror somehow, but you don't quite remember.
How do you come to Mir?
I'm sorry.
I directed at Imavar.
I'm sorry.
How did you come to Mir?
Oh, I was. My entire family line is from an old warrior line. Not too many of us left. We have very strict practices, and the one is to understand Mir, to know her as she wants her warriors to know, that we are not just simply mindless killers, that we don't just fight for the love of it, that we always have to be fighting for something.
And you fight for Venus?
I wouldn't say that. I wish to fight on her behalf, and I fight as hard as I do to keep her safe, but it is more clouded than what I would prefer. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
Like, that is a 19.
You see movement on one of the branches of the tree above you. As you look up, you see what appears to be a almost orange-tailed hawk that kind of shuffles there, and it's a bit of a ringing and chuckling bell as it moves about. With that, a moment later, you see Imavar look up in the tree as well, reaches into a bag and pulls out what appears to be a dead mouse and throws it up into the air. As he does, the hawk takes flight and grabs it in midair, flies back around, lands on its perch, and begins to eat.
Hello.
It stops for a moment and looks at you, and then goes back to tearing his prey apart.
Can I tell if it's male or female? I'm judging by the plumage, probably male.
Most likely male by its plumage.
Hmm.
The males tend to be more color.
What is his name?
He looks up. I'm not much for names. I simply call him Talon.
Oh, quaint.
Said I'm not much for names.
Good name.
Puts a ladle in it, begins to stir, takes a sip.
My name Fian. Hmm.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with Fion or Talon.
Simple.
Simple.
Descriptive.
Very. Deceptively so. In the simple part. Come on. Fion is a very complex woman. Oh, wait, you would... Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, means something.
Wild.
It is descriptive.
Very. It's fun to watch her frolic.
Let's.
Maybe that's the brain damage that I keep getting.
Maybe.
What about you, Risa? What's your name mean?
No.
Never asked your mother?
It's like a lot of things I can ask, but it doesn't mean it will get answered.
Well, perhaps. You'll find a new level of understanding soon. with freedom. If all things go as well.
Sir, I know you're not talking to me, and I deserve that. For going against your wishes, putting myself and my mother at harm, for going along with my compatriots. It would be nice, though, if we could be a family outside of this place.
Are you lying? He turns, still in his seated position, and looks at you hard.
Can I recognize this?
Each one of you kind of flinch under that gaze, like reflexively, just like that. Oh, and all of you are like Ratatouille style sucked back into your childhood as you broke something or did something and your mother or father scolded you, and that look in their eye they have. And you have that shiver up your spine as you recognize Imavar's look at Risa.
Do I recognize that look?
Roll me an insight check.
That is 16.
16. He is as stoic as grass, but bends as it does with a breeze.
That meant a lot to him.
We will speak of this with your mother present.
Yes, sir.
And he takes out the ladle and he smacks you right on the forehead with it.
Is it less cloudy now?
He looks up. It's always cloudy here. He begins continues to stir the thing as you have a spot of soup on your forehead. With your looking around, you can see it. It seems as if Cal is getting a little frustrated.
You have other family.
Thinking.
I do not. The bitter nature of a warrior caste like mine is the constant fighting for position. Those in my family were killed shortly before I left. I have no family but what I have done.
I think that's a feeling a couple of us might know.
I understand that.
There is fewer bonds that are forged stronger than those you make in battle. And I can see that each of you cares for the other.
Try to spell Amenis.
Amenis.
Did he say he's from Melonis?
Millionis.
Melionis? Is it? Yeah. Oh, Melion. Wait, that's not spelled up there.
You're there.
I know. It's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not too many Northerners down here.
Well,
Everyone
There-
and
there
winds up
is
somewhere.
one.
Other than
There's a bunch in this group.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one, and
There's
there's
one,
one,
and
and
there's
there's one. Don't know about that.
Technically, yeah, you've
Maybe
lived here long
picture.
enough.
Maybe we could share with her.
That's why I didn't say it like that.
Tekanakali. It hurts him.
What happens when you get hit in the face with a ladle?
He cooks the stew for a good 20 minutes before he begins to. He picks up he retrieves the cups from you that you use for tea, and he will ladle in a bit of the soup for anyone who wishes to partake.
I'll eat.
More drink than anything, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fallen branch or something. Start carving.
Pick one, pull out your woodland knife, and start carving. Okay.
How do you fight with what weapons do you use?
He does have a sword on his belt. It is different than typical swords that you've seen. It's got a minor curve at the end of it, and it has a long handle. I mean, the handle's like that long.
Well, this is
Generally.
good stew considering.
Considering what
It's really good
man's
stuff.
cooking.
It's good stew, yes. Very good stew.
Excellent stew.
Excellent.
I'll disregard your last one because that one doesn't help you at all.
Okay.
I'll let you reword that.
Very good stew, sir.
Thank you. Be quiet and eat.
Not much for dinner conversation, are you?
The time for talking is not at dinner. The time at dinner we eat. We can always speak after or before.
Well, let's eat. Don't sip.
You have offended my honor! So while this is going on and you are working out, you can speak to them about with your responses if you wish.
Well, I guess Darius is aware of what's going on over here. And they like having the slaves. But they will know that eventually this will get out, what's going on here, and
Did they know of the creatures in the darkness? Of course they know of the mind.
they know of the mind, yes.
Raise the mind.
It's possible they don't know of the creatures of the darkness.
What are they guarding?
The creatures of darkness?
Yeah.
I don't know. Really. It was 3 years ago that we delved deep, entering into a cavern made of a strange rock,
What the rock look
Oddly-
like?
oddly purple. And inside were these strange creatures that erupted forth.
What did the rock the shrine was made out of look like?
Oh, it's like marble. It's all almost white. Oh wait,
not that shrine, the one in the
Oh,
center.
like
The Tahawak.
like an onyx,
I tried.
but like onyx. Like it was like a mixture between onyx, basalt, and granite.
And what did the dead god look like?
Like a desiccated corpse.
Okay, he wasn't in a rock.
No,
Sarcophagus,
like
anything
literally,
like that.
like from what you remember being told, because you don't remember
Any of
looking
that?
at him. You don't remember any of
Yeah.
that, but from what you were told, it was just a desiccated body with its eyes open.
And what can hurt them?
Nothing that we know of. I thought all was lost. My life was saved by one of the Kaisiana. If it wasn't for the light of its lantern, I would have died that day.
There has to be more. I mean, why just go for the ad cam? There's safer ways to do it.
Akiar, there's no other places to get it. The only other places to get it to know, they are highly guarded and coveted. Hell, your friend here, the Goliath, can tell you of all the battles that were fought in Southgate over the one deposit of Akium there.
Thought he was human.
I mean,
Oh, no, young one. He is a Goliath. A mixture of giant blood and human blood.
When did these
Telling the truth.
Okay. Weird.
You'll have a great many things that you will be seeing if you survive.
So you decided?
I have not.
It's less weird than your kind out in the world, just so you know.
like more of me?
When am I kind of like a fighting person?
No, a mix between a genocide, whatever the other was.
Element.
Skeleton.
Is that true, sir?
Yes.
Don't think of it as weird. Think of it as being unique. Better than the things that are more common.
So
Not too many of us here.
I hope your friend's conversation goes well. I'm going to lament having to kill any of you.
Oh, please, well.
I'm gonna
At least
lament
we'll
you
admit it.
trying. No, he's not unique. There are more of his kind than your kind. Although, mentally, he is pretty unique. Not in a bad way, just special.
We're all special in our own way.
Yep.
Like flakes of snow falling from
Melting in the fire. Everyone else. I'm sure we can get meat later.
Stick some jerky in Fion's stew.
That's slightly insulting.
Do it with me.
It is the vow I took. Others take much more difficult vows to uphold. I am glad that I did not take a vow of chastity. Though that was my first choice. My mother convinced me otherwise.
Yeah, she wanted children.
That sounds rather Oedipus. Sorry, strange. How long have those creatures been there in the mines?
I couldn't tell you.
As far as you've known?
3 years, right?
I mean, you mean still at large in the mine? They
What?
typically retreat to the same tunnels.
No, I mean, like, was there a time period when they went there or they first showed up?
When we broke into the strange purple cavern where they were, after that point, we left that vein of Akyar alone and followed another.
No, okay.
No one thought about closing that stream?
I made my desire known that the operation had become far too dangerous, was informed that I was paid handsomely and had my pay increased thrice-fold afterwards.
Does anything else leave the mine besides Acheon?
And just the rocks we sometimes use to reinforce the wooden palisades and things of that nature. But no, typically it is a natural series of tunnels that we are able to mine. The rock falls in an odd way, like a grid of cubes that are stacked upon each other 1,000-fold. The Akyar is easy to distinguish as it interrupts this uniformity. Makes it very easy to trace.
It's true. Not that I've ever been in the mines.
I know you have.
You'd probably have seen you there.
Wait, the Acheon isn't the cube ones?
No, the cube is a strange rock. We have no use for it, but they simply refer to it as pyrite. But
That's where the name came from.
but I have no use for it. Nothing that I know of. It is a strange black rock.
Take it. You're a god and gonna build a prison for somebody. You make it out of cubes and string it with Akyar. It's got magic. You lay it down right, maybe it made something.
Well, I didn't know anything
Roll me
about
an Arcana check.
Arcana.
It's such a high arcana.
18.
Don't you worry. When Cheer comes back, these kinds of questions
There's-
never gonna come up again.
Of course. Of course. There is a minor possibility that perhaps there is some type of magic inlaid. See, Acheon is formed from the waters of the Sea of Light. As it basically dries upon certain surfaces, it dries in flakes. and it becomes Achium. You can actually distill that down and create Achium. Achiel is a more concentrated version of that, but typically you find that in naturally occurring areas. Achiar, which is the rarer version of it, is typically found in places of high concentration of magic.
A lot of magic in here. It might be possible, but
You've apparently read a couple of minor dissertations that believe Achiar can't be made. Like, no one's been able to actually make Achiar. And Achiar is directly responsible for the construction of the warforged, of the elemental vessels and galleons and things like that. It is the most valuable material in this world. In all of Erroll, Achiar is the most valuable thing you can have. There's people who believe that powerful enchantments and powerful magic in its vicinity creates almost like the leavings of magic, almost like deposits of magic that coalesce into a physical form. That is Achiar, but it's only older magic. Like Achium can be left for any time. It doesn't breed more Achium. Same thing with Achiel. It doesn't breed more, but something about magic that's left for long periods of time will have like that offshoot of Achiar.
I'll relieve that. Yeah, with the Achiar, I guess with the old magic, you can make more than it. Reaction of different ways is weird. But maybe it's that, which would mean if there's a lot of Achiar here, there's a lot of old magic here.
There's something terrible and old down in the hole.
Maybe. I mean, we'd have to go in, but I'm not really keen on doing that.
Imavar, I know nothing of Achium or Achiar.
If you say Achiar grows from magic,
Old magic, if it's stored, it does kind of seem to.
so if you stored a whole lot of really powerful something or other down in a hole, sooner or later the veins would grow out of it.
Well, I mean, that's some. I've read some stuff that's what they think could happen. No one's sure. Like the Achium and what's the other one? Achilar or Achilar?
Achiar.
Achiel, that's what. And the Achiel. Achiel.
Achiel.
Like, they don't replicate, but the Achiar, and no one knows. But the Achiar does, but no one knows how. They think it's with the magic.
So if somebody read one of those books, figured there's a whole lot of something powerful down the hole, what would they do to get it?
I'm feeling like I'm being kicked in the side by an old feeling of an old friend. Activate the lamp.
Does it work?
You see Cheer kind of suddenly apparate in front of you as the light from the lamp goes out.
What is it, girl? I don't know. I felt strange. Like, I really wanted to see you right now.
It can do that.
You're very cute, son. You know.
Yes, but I mean, as adorable as you are, not in that way.
Then what do you need? What can Cheer help Cal with? Since Cheer is all-knowing.
You're not.
And now,
And
Cheer
dead.
is Genie.
And dead. What do you know of Achiar, Achium, and old magic?
Intriguing. Very intriguing. Let me get the book.
And then roll an Arcana check.
Yeah. Better roll.
And in particular, this theory that
What is your plus on that?
oh well.
Try not to moisten your panties too.
Kyle, get him off.
Yeah, so, like, we got to sit on that chair for KDM now. Come on.
Come on.
Mark it as the moist chair.
Sure.
But there's not many cloth.
Damn, Cal.
Then it's the
Paul
smoke
got
thing.
that.
Shh. Be good. Come on.
Yeah, because if it was made of cloth, the smell would stick there.
Fucking hell.
You're a blood hunter, remember?
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh,
Use your
yeah.
You have
abilities.
advantage.
I do. Okay.
Okay.
Can I reroll in the thingy?
No, you got your second roll in the thingy.
Come on. Come on,
Better than
Gerald.
the first roll.
What was the first roll?
A 3.
So, total of 10.
That's much better.
Yes, it is.
It's a 23.
Yep.
No, 22.
What's a
It's
16?
a,
15?
it's a 15. So it's a 22.
22.
Yes.
You know everything that he talked about it,
But
you also know that
Okay.
typically the magic that where it's found near is old magic, where what's referred to as Ilendil magic, the old artifacts. So either a very, very powerful enchantment or very powerful object.
Tyr knows many things,
Mm-hmm.
as you know, and this new person, but whatever, and other new person, or whatever. So Tyr knows that it typically is very old, very, very old, but like enchantments or really powerful enchantment or object, really powerful object. This type of magic is called, how do you say it again?
Ilendil.
Elendel.
Does the name ring a bell?
Dwarven. Elendel.
Roll me a history check.
Elendel.
Yes. It's what Bacon said.
20.
20. You Ilendil magic is commonly referred to as old magic. Typically, like wizards are on the decline. Wizards are disappearing in the world because Achium, sorcery, and things like that is much easier. Most people can be, have Achium infused into their bodies, and their children will be sorcerers. So it's a much easier path to power. Ilendil magic is older stuff, like artifacts, like the gladius that Gunnar uses. That's Ilendil magic. Achium magic tends to fade. It is volatile. It is, volatile. It's chaotic. Ilendil magic is very stable, very stoic. It holds its power for long periods of time. Where, like the Achium potions that you guys carry around can suddenly not be magical anymore.
Oh, Ilendil magic. Why, yes.
Is what you said?
Yes. No,
It's
it
about
came to
that
mind.
moment that Shear's form shrinks, and then the light within the lantern reappears. Imavar
He puts
kind
Tyr
of
back
clears
down.
his throat, and
Is it really?
Phaenus told me of your loss, and I am saddened by it.
Thank you.
That's appreciated.
Know what it feels like to lose a comrade in arms.
More than that to him.
So,
It's a long story, but yes.
Can I do a religion check to see if there's anything of importance with the area, with that? Does that ring a bell?
with the cave?
Yeah.
Not religious wise, no.
But from what I know, it did ring a bell. It really does sound like, as you mentioned,
What's your religion modifier?
+3.
Yeah,
How is
nothing.
yours
Yeah.
higher than yours?
Because I have a 0 intelligence.
Oh, okay.
+0. I'm only at 10.
seems like that
I'm
mine,
normal.
as Gunnar suggested,
You need to be smart and just need to be white.
is a really old, very powerful prison for some really nasty things.
You know, like these things.
Yes.
Unless
They
the
were in there for a reason.
Unless they were
And-
guard dogs.
yeah. What if like what Young says?
Guard dogs, even worse.
So something worse is in there?
Yes. Don Darius was not entirely aware of the entire situation here.
I wouldn't believe they would be.
Exactly. I didn't think they would be either.
Or what?
What if his
I have a feeling that Poffrey is about to be pulled or his support is about to be cut.
What if that's why he's here? Is to dig that up? What if he?
Well,
lets-
that's why Poffrey's here.
That's what I'm saying. It's
But
like
Don Darius, that's not Don Darius's intention.
no, but like, what if he knows and is like, oh, we totally have to dig here, and because of this.
They're
But
trying
it's
to
really
excavate something?
Yeah,
A
like
bait and switch.
what if it's really powerful
The
buck
other one.
or something?
Which one?
The one from the tournament.
Which one? The one who
Yeah.
Skirbold?
Scribble. My paper went missing.
Yeah, of course.
What about
He's got a few different names.
Yeah.
Diana is the other name you know him as now. Now, apparently, that is the name he's typically called in Uruk.
You ever heard of Diana?
No.
Poffrey's sadistic bastard, but he ain't smart enough to pull off something like hunting down an ancient relic. Skirbold, however,
No.
that
He-
horrible bastard.
Yeah, I've heard of.
What have you heard of him?
Military genius. Powerful man. He's
Bastard.
asked me for services. The only thing that has prevented me from saying yes was my responsibilities here.
I'm no longer cargo.
That might not be the best choice for an honorable man.
Sadly, honor does not feed me, does not put a roof over my head, and does not secure the future.
Agreed.
Sometimes an honorable man must do dishonorable things.
Sometimes war brings out the
And
wisdom.
that brings me to you,
Yes.
Cal, correct?
Yes.
Well, Cal, what says Don Darius?
Don Darius is not particularly pleased with Poffrey and what he's been doing here.
And what that means what?
That means that Poffrey no longer is going to have Don Darius' support to continue operations here.
Will that make him more desperate or less?
He's not quite aware of it yet, so his desperation won't change.
I know what Skirbold would do if Poffrey got on Dundarius' bad side.
You can make an
From my
educated
experience
guess.
with him.
You know, Skirbold was a hard man to work for.
Skirbold knows that Poffrey's not useful anymore. He's going to do what he did to the captain, cut his throat and dump him in a ditch.
If we're talking of the same man, then yeah, I could agree.
That's who Poffrey's working for.
Poffrey's incompetence would put a strain on the relationship between Skirbold and Dondarius.
Makes him not valuable.
Which means he's either going to be killed by Skirbold or he's going to run now.
Either
If he
way,
knows.
that eliminates.
Well, if you have informed Dondarius,
Word does travel rather quickly, as you've seen.
Especially with magic.
Will they inform Scar? Wait.
I believe Scylan would most likely deal with it himself.
Ah, you are familiar with Splid.
I make it a point to know the men I work for.
How quickly do they get?
Well, just to let you know that word of that.
Has 24 vessels at his disposal. If you say Dondarius knows,
Dylan himself knows.
if Scylan himself knows, then I would say probably within the next day or two, there will be a commotion in the bay.
So
So
we could
Poffrey
leave.
gets trapped in the bay.
Well, I doubt the men traveling with Poppy would view him to be the superior choice between him or Don Darius. I myself would not like to go against a man like Scylla and attempt to, well, get on his bad side.
So how will Poppy run without the crew for the ship?
Oh, he won't run. Scylla will do as he does with all of those who displease him. He will hang him from his mast.
Think Syl be irritated if I kill him first? He's got a lot coming.
You may have to hurry.
Or we could just leave.
Or you could watch him hang.
Well, this creates a opportunity.
Yes, it.
What's that?
We have
My holdings are currently kept under watch of Scar. That is payment owed to me for years of service, but kept under watch. So if I try to leave, they know. I will need this coin to start a new life. If you want my help, then I can offer you a trade. I will take Prowron to his people and allow him to make arrangements. Afterwards, I will lure 6 of Scar's men here, where we may dispatch them. That should weaken Scar and Wake's position enough that you can topple their seat.
This does seem very reasonable.
For this, I know you mercenary types, because I am one. My coin is not to be touched. You may do as you wish with the rest. It is not my concern. I receive passage on this vessel with me in mind. We will go to Uruk. Uruk, I will disembark, and from there, I will decide what is best. Do we have an accord?
Sounds like we do.
Agreed.
And for this, I will tell you, if anything should befall Risa, I will kill each and every one of you.
I have no ill will to Risa. I kind of.
He falls in battle.
She better not.
Got it. We need to protect her.
And I would suggest you keep her close.
I will keep her very close.
I want to hold hands again.
Not gonna.
Who's trying to hold your hand?
No one.
You're cute as a cat.
What about Poppy?
If Don Darius steps in, as your friend suggests, then, well, I believe the problem will take care of itself. If Don Darius doesn't step in, this entire plan is moot, as I don't believe we will be able to survive, even with the best laid trap, against over 100 well-trained soldiers.
Guy's a lot of things, but he gives his word, he means it. Just make sure you read the fine print.
I haven't slipped any of that fine print in there this time.
We got a deal.
When was Bishop planning to leave?
You hear a voice inside your head.
You want to retype that?
Correct.
Yeah.
Autocorrect.
Oh, I was the wrong
Created
word.
fail.
Are you sure you typed that out right?
Hold on.
Okay.
I typed in this fishes and ducks before, so I'm kind of correct.
Vicious ducks.
Yeah, it was fishes. It was just like,
I reply with, good.
You don't feel as if it's a smell.
Creepy. Even for me.
And it is not a voice you recognize.
Oh. Oh.
There's a secret going on.
Oh.
Are you okay, Cal?
Someone's trying to out Cal.
Ow.
Who knows about us here?
There are quite a few.
Someone I don't recognize. Knows of a meeting soon.
Which meeting? With who?
Well, wasn't very specific. Just said that we'll be meeting soon. Seeing each other soon.
I will be returning to the village to spend one more night. Then in the morning, I will be taking Prowler on. By dusk tomorrow, I will have the minimum 6 members of the mercenaries heading towards the camp we sit at now. You may plan as you will.
Anything we expect?
Well, expect a hell of a fight.
Gunmen, mages, swordsmen.
A few gunmen, depending on who is allotted to me at the time. I cannot guarantee who it will be.
They got talent.
All of them do.
Any clerics?
1 or 2.
Which way you gonna bring them in?
The footpath. It's the only logical way to do it.
Excellent.
Not to set up a trap for that.
So
Look for sticks out of place.
we certainly do have a place. We certainly do have time to rest then.
You've actually all benefited from a short rest during this. So if your negotiation had gone badly,
At least I would have had a few
you
abilities
at
back.
least would have been able to have you some hit dice back. You would have had some of your abilities back, and he would have fought you fair and square.
And murdered us horribly.
You guys could win.
I haven't used all my spells. Come on.
When was Bishop planning to leave?
Just need one good banish
He
for
said
You have
5
2
days.
days.
2
So,
days.
2 days more.
Well, I'll go ahead and use my last 4th and 3rd level spell.
Is there supplies in the village we can stock the boat with?
There are supplies. If we win the day, there will be plenty of food and other supplies at the garrison.
We'll tell Bishop we're gonna have supplies for him because if we're dead, I don't really care what he thinks.
Yeah, it won't matter. How are we going to fit this all in the boat? I guess.
3
we'll-
people,
Fair enough.
food.
All right.
I don't need a boat.
And I send
You know,
Can
so
we-
that
sending to
Even
Bishop.
you need a boat for
2 days' time. We'll bring more coin and supplies.
You get a response. Oh, I thought you all were dead. I was getting ready to leave in the morning because I hadn't heard from you.
Good thing I said that.
You guys did say you would talk to him every day.
Yep, we do.
And you have.
And we
I
forgot
could
about
send one at least.
Nope, none.
none.
You
I
sent
think I
none.
meant to, but
So we're lucky he stayed.
He was like, no.
So, burn another spell to apologize. I did.
Sorry.
Do it now.
Have another spell to fillet him with your words.
I have none that are
Where are we
capable of
gonna
using
camp?
sending.
Are they? Well,
This is my house. This is my home.
So not here.
can they come back?
This is the side of where I will bring the men. If they wish to have an advantage, they will be here tomorrow at dusk.
Oh, I meant like at the house.
I would prefer not tonight.
They don't want me there either.
He's got things to
Depends
talk about.
on how you feel.
Anywhere we can camp out.
It is simply a act of love between two adults who love each other.
It's
Don't think
Go
about
talk to your mom. Spend the night with family. You don't always get a chance to say goodbye.
Sorry, sir. It's just
it. Just talk to her before that happens.
You don't always get the
Kick the door open while they're doing it. I love you, Mom. I'll see you later, Mom. Get out of my mom.
I would like to check on Pyron and Iris.
I will allow you to accompany me back. It would be best if you remove them from the domicile anyway.
We'll meet you at another house.
Eh?
Yeah.
Eh?
turtle.
No, the other one, the empty one we stayed in.
The one that Eris was in originally.
I don't think he'll
Like
come back
in
and talk to you.
shambles.
Don't worry about that. We'll be all right.
Plus,
Yeah, go spend
why would
time
they go
with
back to a place that's in shambles?
We killed all the lizardmen. The mercenaries are in camp.
No, all the lizardmen that matter.
We didn't go burn their nests, but
I don't think we needed to. I strongly believe in the minimum amount of bloodshed.
Go with you to talk to Mom about what I said earlier. If that is all right, sir. Before you.
Just don't think about it.
Do the horizontal number.
Why would you say that?
to the bright side, you might have a sibling.
Oh, we are far too old for that.
Siblings are a blessing.
He's elven blood. She's not too old for that.
No. We have tried for many years. I don't think we were meant to bear children together. Forget he said. And cut the break.
Your seed like true.
And let's
Guidance.
I'm not gonna do that.
It's going to be the most interesting casting of guidance ever.
The eye! Just in case. Lesser restoration.
He does, as you approach and go to touch him, he does move back, but squints at you very suspiciously, then allows you to touch him. Thank you.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
I'll let
Please.
these tables back.
Time is of the essence, and he dumps out the rest of the food, cleans the pot out with some water, puts it back in his satchel, collects up the cups, puts them in the satchel, and then puts those into his tent. His tent doesn't seem like he is worried of anyone absconding with any of his objects, and he begins walking down the path.
Get you a quick map of that area before we go back.
Let me throw it to
Ooh.
We have an area.
We have a map.
Well, good, because we're gonna need it to start the ambush.
Aw, I got her in the fields too.
And also in the
The icky fields.
Yeah, I know.
Icky, icky.
Well, it doesn't help that I keep hitting my phone.
But hitting
It's
yourself.
like,
Here, let me hit it.
no, don't hit my
okay.
phone.
Let's mark it. Let's give it a single.
Damn it.
We all know that that's the worst.
because now I want Chinese food.
No, look at me restraining my natural response to that statement.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, there is. We can go ahead and turn that on. Yeah, let's see.
Oh,
Put it on, Paul.
oh yes, putting it on. Taking
Put it on the camera,
Putting it
Bob.
on.
And
There
once
we
again,
go.
I face north, so you guys actually head north away from there. Because I face north.
Ooh, very nice.
In the
Are
mall.
those mushrooms familiar?
They're not.
Mushroom tribe.
Damn mushrooms! It's the mushrooms all along.
See,
They are not. It's the only mushrooms I got made. Sorry.
Mushroom PTSD, man.
I wanted to be the one with the
Mushrooms
mushroom PTSD. I almost died because of those stupid mushrooms.
I'm just saying,
Yes, you
it was
did.
the mushrooms all along.
You're gonna be like the character from Jumanji, like when he goes to eat cake, like, nah, bro, not doing it.
Oh yeah.
Patty,
Mm-hmm.
you followed the voice of your god
I was
south.
thinking of the old one. I was like, what? I don't remember that cake. Oh, the new one.
You came south because your god told you something, right?
Correct.
You talked to her recently.
No.
Might be a good time. Put in a good word for me in case I.
You really wanted us. I mean,
What?
Sorry.
I mean, got no pile of holy symbols. I figure if I got both of you in my corner, then there's less chance of me going to the hot place. So
The hot place.
demons and eternal torment.
that's one of them.
So the
One of those
cave?
planes.
No,
Right?
that's the
No, that's
abyss.
the cold, awful place.
Are you talking about my home?
No. Wait, hold on. That'd probably be the 9 hells for your home, not the abyss.
Yeah, 9 hells.
Well, you said like
I'm from Jersey.
Okay, sorry.
Against
stereotyping me.
No, 9 hells is less bad than Jersey.
You said hot place smells like sulfur. People with pointy ears,
Yeah,
pointy horns.
That would be the 9 hells.
eternity with Cal.
It's not fun going down there.
I haven't been down there.
Where's the Nine Hills?
Have you been down there?
Oh no.
No. Stories, they say.
What kind of stories?
All right, well, if you want to hear.
Oh, cheer. Why can't you stay out longer?
You really like your little friend, huh?
Yes.
And it's not a child.
No.
She may look like one, but she's not a child. She's about my age, too.
How old are you?
Only, less than, 30 times, the sun goes around.
You're 29 at least?
Yeah, a few less than that. But yes,
25,
a little boy.
22.
Wait, you're going the wrong way.
Wrong way.
Oh,
Why, thank you. I know I looked good for my age.
29. No, wait, you
I
said
said
no.
27.
Fion's gonna
50.
shift. Take a good sniff.
I no longer
If
like
you
you.
cut him in half, you can count the rings.
No, you just cut the tail.
How old does he smell?
No.
Well, he smells good because he always uses prestidigitation on himself.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't done it recently.
Not in the last few hours. So you can smell the rank building up.
Want to talk about you?
I want to talk to Cheer.
You seem smart.
Just saying.
She is.
Often.
Yes.
I didn't know you could bend that way.
No one else was saying it.
I miss her. I hate her at the same time.
She called us other people and didn't care, so.
He does that.
She cares in her own way.
And then she was talking in a different, completely, different language there.
Oh, that was Dwarvish.
People do that.
So, wait, does that mean she's a dwarf?
No, she's a gnome.
Just means she's smart.
We don't have any of those here. That's you.
And I say a few things in my language to her, to you,
Infernal?
the infernal. Like, the flowers around here smell lovely.
It sounds really terrible. It's like
And it sounds like you're slaughtering a lamb.
It's Russian. It's really angry.
It's Klingon, basically.
Shout it in Inferno.
You don't want to talk about her.
I want to talk about her all the time.
Then do it.
I kind of am. Kind of nice to talk about her.
Well, okay, well, like,
Whatever it is on that view, the logo's over my face.
Yeah.
Tough logo.
it's alright.
Here, we'll just get rid of the logo.
Face logo, dude.
It was like,
It looks like we lost the what's it called? The
Audio?
no,
Listing?
no, the character sheets.
Yeah, well,
Probably
they're
just
not
as well. I
they're
don't
not
think they're up to
up-to-date.
date.
they're not up to
okay.
date. That's why
Yeah.
we took them all.
They need to get that information and update them.
No worries.
To get them up to date.
What did you do to save her anyway?
What do you mean?
I mean,
We saved her.
You had to do something to get her out of its minds.
Mines?
Well, it wasn't exactly mine, but yes, the
slave mines, right?
dwarves were after her again. I didn't always fight for the side of a menace. Menace the south, right?
Menace is the north.
Oh, yes. I was like, I didn't always fight against the menace. Or for them. She was actually my last mission for a menace. To bring her back.
Why they want her back?
Have you not seen the way that she fights?
She fight.
Well, you haven't seen the way she fights.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
you
like
did.
bits and pieces. Because, we were kind of like hiding.
Shoots lightning.
She was specially bred.
I mean, especially bread.
Like people
they
did.
made a mommy and a daddy do what they're gonna do.
Yes, with purpose.
Some cold.
Imavar is about 40 feet ahead of you all this entire time. He walks very quickly, and he does not slow down.
He's a
Wait, so would he know
Who knows?
what they are?
He
Like
might.
what he is?
If he's been around, maybe.
Yeah. You know what he did in the war?
I'm not allowed to ask certain questions. Certain questions result in this.
And it's probably a good thing that you don't know those answers to some of those questions.
I don't even know what my mom did.
You probably don't want to know.
That's a good question.
Bread means some cold bastards took two people who didn't want to do it and threw them in a cage and made them do it. Then they kept doing it until they got the traits they wanted. Yeah.
So, like, ew.
Obviously, I didn't approve of that. And made sure she didn't go back.
Nice of you. She must mean a lot.
But being a deceiving, lying bastard that I am, I do have a conscience.
I mean, you said you were like a really good person.
Yeah,
Being the deceiving lying bastard that
exactly.
That's where that part comes in.
Yes, I do it.
He's
with my-
aware of how bad.
But I deceive and lie for good.
deceives and lies for us.
not necessarily better, but useful
So, like, is she your,
daughter.
like, yeah, like, your,
Well-
like, kind of, like, adopted daughter? Like, I am with,
You know, I've never really thought about it like that, but
She did.
that kind of accurately describes how I feel about her.
He just said she did.
She mentioned it once or twice.
It's good to know she felt that way about me.
Hug.
Awkward shoulder pat.
Thank you, all of you.
Yeah, well, you're gonna cry in your pretty suit.
He can clean it up.
I'm not crying, it's raining.
And
Lots
it's,
of rain.
it is a little bit, sprinkling a bit.
Lots of
It's a
rain.
terrible day for rain.
No, it is raining though. They can't say that when it's raining.
Like,
I
Like-
prestidigitation. No, is it prestidigitation?
Yes.
yeah.
For some rain, to add some rain?
No.
No. Thaumaturgy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you would do that.
Mm. You want me to? great.
Yes, I'm not crying. Terrible day for me.
It's just like as he's walking, it's just a column of blood.
Theon calls down a column of 30 gallons of water.
I'm really gonna laugh if Fion's the only character that has like this wonderful, loving backstory family that's still all alive and good to go.
Like, so what happened to your family? Oh, I love my mom and dad. They're great. It's like Metalocalypse when they're all like, yeah, man, none of us have dads. What are you talking about? I love my dad. My dad's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're all at home with my 22 brothers and sisters. You know, mom had 16 litters.
Well,
So only 22 from 16 litters? That's like very small litters.
I guess
At least 32.
this is probably a good time for us to depart, and those that are going with Imavar to go, and we will meet you back at the house.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not staying there because it'll be rough.
You
Well,
can camp in certain areas.
You know where the house is. We'll leave the door open for you.
You might want to spend as much time with family as you can.
Start doing some playing around with some stuff. We're doing this as like a test. Got some new lights.
Yeah.
New pretty lights that blind us.
Just look
Yeah,
behind
dude.
you.
The retinal scorching. It hurts so good.
Greater
Good.
Go downstairs for an hour and close your ears.
I think that's the best I've looked online right there.
Open your eyes.
I think I found it.
We just need to adjust the contrast a little.
Which I mean we will. Anyway, so we go in the house.
Mm-hmm.
When you all get there, Imavar just slowly continues to increase his lead over you. By the time you all arrive at Phoenix's residence, Eris is kind of getting up and starting to hobble out as Prowron seems to be excited. He is raring to go. As you all approach, he kind of runs up to you and yeah, it's been waiting for this day for years. He said we can go to the other house down the way, the one that Eris was held up in. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna check it out. Yes. And he walks off and he's just there, really amping himself up.
Did someone slip him some extra acumen?
No, I think he knows the plan.
Well, I know, but he seems a little like he's
Well,
had
help.
some of the
Eris.
acumen.
It's
He
always
puts an arm around you, Fiona. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's gonna be a long walk. And
I'll pick
starts-
her up.
so she's doing that, and you pick her up. Oh, hello. Again.
Been a while.
It is like this.
Look at you bumming free rides off us again.
What the bum? I have bum legs. Why not bum?
Mm,
Excuses.
did they break your legs again?
No, but they still need a little love and attention from you and you. But maybe
Breaking?
No.
no, just some more healing, and I think that'll be okay.
Do that before we rest for the night.
The short, angry one said that you all had planned for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't think I'll be able to help, but soon, hopefully, Edis will be able to stab people in the face for you again.
Well, sure, there's a place in the plan for bait.
I really don't like you.
No bait.
As you all make your way, you guys have the entire time you've left and now come back. There's not been a single Lizardman patrol. By the time you all get back after your meeting with Imavar, it is about 4:00 in the morning.
Ooh,
Wow. No sleep. I'm sleeping now.
Prowron, that's one of the reasons he left quickly, because in the morning he was going to have to head off with them. You all have till dusk of the following day if you're going to assist Imavar in the slaughter of half a dozen men, or it is your choice on what you do.
I will cast a few healing spells on Eris and then rest.
Cal feeling rather well accomplished. Did we bring Cheer's body with us?
Well, it's in Phineas's home.
Basement.
Well, unfortunately, since he can't,
They
go
will
there-
allow you to cast Gentle Repose on it again.
Well,
Or
that's
it's
for
24 hours.
10 days.
10 days? Okay.
Well, then Cal will just cuddle up with the lamp, feeling very distant from Cheer.
Oh, I'm thinking of the,
The
what's it called?
yeah, no, you're there.
Game dead.
No, it's one of the, what do I call them again? I'll have to look it up. The people with minor magical abilities because of Accio.
Aciomancer.
Yeah,
Not Aciomancers, but it's a word.
you called it.
Acumancers.
Well, then.
Because an Aciomancer is a
Accio?
full
Oh,
Acumancers.
He's talking about the
Arcane.
Arcane.
Yeah, Arcane. Yeah, an Aciomancer is full blown. Like they can use Accium. Like all of their spells come from their absorption of Accium. They're more along the lines of sorcerers, but they are sorcerers that also have like chaotic sorcerer style things. But they can also do more damage by taking damage themselves.
They're
It's a whole thing.
crackhead sorcerers.
Yeah.
Snowflake.
I'm gonna accidentally bump the pocket I slipped the carving into when I'm walking by Cal, so it presses into his lip.
Okay.
Dump it into him.
Just enough to where he notices there's something there that he hasn't bothered to notice. Check my pocket.
Snowflake.
So basically, your sorcerers do what sorcerers should be.
Like a
able
bust?
to do.
Yeah, like a bust of cheer.
And it's carved. And who's the only person that I've seen carving? Wow, what a surprise! I wonder who did this. I shall cherish it forever.
Oh, Risa.
I knew that. Yeah.
Probably the same person who carved this.
The holy symbol?
Very nice. There it is. Some people are kinder than they like to appear.
So after you all begin to rest, you're all going to take a long rest, correct?
Yeah.
You all will be able to recover half your hit dice, which should bring everybody up to full hit dice at this point.
Yeah, I don't
And
forget.
full hit points.
Then everybody gets to full hit points. You all get your spells and abilities back. My big question for you all right now is, what are you all doing until dusk?
I'm laying traps all over that place.
What traps are you laying out?
Hit traps, snares. Mark each one with a broken twig.
So,
Let me know where on the map.
As many as I can.
Oh yeah, I got to do it.
Let me get.
Ow.
I have a shovel and rope.
Shovel rope.
Shovel and rope.
Where'd they go? Right there.
And I am. It will.
Well, that's true.
Kind of.
wall of fire.
You didn't know that, did you?
Not really. I mean, yeah, I've noticed a sneak attack, but that's out of character.
Yeah. Sneaky. No, it's all. He hasn't mentioned anything.
Risa will spend the entire night with her mom and
But he's.
Oh, you'll actually stay there?
She holds the camera.
Cal will use scry.
Is this the time to use my ball of stinky high crap?
This would probably be a good time to use the ball of stinky high crap.
I shall put my peak bomb next to the trail in a cleverly concealed concealment.
Okay. I'll get a roll for that here in a little bit.
Not sure where the trail is, but I'll put traps to either side of the trail so when they scatter off.
Okay. What's everybody else doing during this time?
I was going to sit there and ponder who on earth that voice was.
Okay.
Over here, the two books that Cheer has about the fall.
Yeah, he'll go over that.
the one she stole.
Going to
And if he's not pondering, he'll be trying to chat with Risa when she's awake.
commune with Lawel.
How are you?
Good. Packing.
Is the
long
moon
hair.
out?
Well, by the time you wake up, it's day.
Well, I meant before.
Tonight it's let me check the day real
Actually,
quick.
no, he wouldn't be there. He'd
And now
be
it's
back at the
full,
house
you know, visible.
with Cheers' body.
It is
So,
the
you'll see the
19th
packet.
day, so it is about 9 days away from a full moon.
Can you see the moon during the day?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's about 12 days away from a full moon. There's 30 days in every month.
He ruined my other surprise. Look at the box.
Look at
Gunner's been carving the box.
the box that's made out of
With a-
what?
Ironwood
Ironwood.
with adamantium banding.
Oh, well, what's on the box?
So you have
So
one.
keep that
in the box?
You've worn
No.
down your knife.
Yeah.
Adamantine knife.
No, it's just a knife. He's wearing it out.
It was the knife, and now it's a knife.
Like you remember that video I showed you? The guy who carved a knife from a piece of lignum vitae, which it's ironwood.
Yeah.
He went through like 10 sets of tools carving that thing down.
When no one is around, he'll open it up and actually try and be in contact with Cheer.
Don't be next to it.
He will
Crow.
lay next to it and close the lid.
I don't think it's quite that big.
No, it's not.
Gunner's been carving scenes from Cheers' life that he knows about all over the box.
I will shed a few tears looking at that, remembering being part of some of those scenes. Others, he'd be like, when did that happen?
Like, oh, Gunner's there. That's why.
The murder of the elephant present.
Mm.
Whole other life you didn't know. about.
Grab Dagan, give him a hammer and some nails.
What am I doing with this?
Being useful.
What am I doing with this?
Point the log. We're gonna make a tripwire from there to there. So you're gonna put an anchor point in that log.
All right.
You're gonna take that stick and you're gonna hammer these nails through it, bend it over backwards, put it on a tripwire so when they walk by the sticks can go up.
You probably know a bit more about this than I do.
I wonder how many.
I'll use small words for instructions.
I just don't. I've never had to make traps, so
Yeah, well.
not only
So,
this.
knowing what direction Imavar and the others will be traveling from, and taking the probably about 8 hours that you all have in order to get everything set up and ready after taking a long rest, we're going to go ahead and call it there for tonight and have you all, the next time, we'll show you where your traps are going to be set up. We're going to do some rolls for that at the beginning of the next session to see just how well you can hide them, and then we will have the ambush.
So well that Imavar gets caught in the butt.
Yeah, so we slide it. Was either that or survival.
The hand?
Depending on how big it is, it'll be either sleight of hand. If it's like a tripwire, we'll do sleight of hand.
Yeah.
If it's something bigger like a pit or
Like
a
a
speed
spear
bomb,
pit.
it'll have to be survival. But then
Good
you can
enough.
always enlist the help of the.
I am going to.
All right, so guys, thank you all very, very much for joining us. Sorry we got a late start tonight, but we did get through a lot tonight. We found out a lot of new information, had some interesting reveals, and something new. There's a bunch of stuff definitely going on, and things are starting to slowly connect together. So thank you all very, very much. If you do enjoy the content, we do ask that you do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We do have more than just Dungeons and Dragons for you guys. We do try to play Dungeons and Dragons at least once a week. We do have a couple of other videos. We try to get 3 videos a week up. Usually it's a border card game, and then it's Kingdom Death Monster. If you're very interested in Kingdom Death Monster, if you've seen our videos before, or if you haven't seen them and you came for the D&D, definitely check out Kingdom Death Monster. It is a fantastic board game with some pretty heavy role-playing elements in it, and it is my absolute favorite board game of all time. We do try to run those every Sunday, and we will have a video for you that this coming Sunday, and then we will have a video for you on the following Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's kind of like a sporadic, all over the place kind of thing, but we do try to get that to you guys every week. So thank you all very, very much for joining us tonight. I hope you all had as much fun as we did. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, my dudes, to keep rolling dice. Good night, everybody.
You know.
Good night.
Bye.